So the Pharisees are at it again, this time testing Jesus with a question about divorce. Touchy subject, right? The question is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife for any cause? This question, though seemingly straightforward, is a reflection of the complex attitudes towards marriage and divorce that existed at the time, much like today. Jesus responds by grounding his answer not in the legalistic interpretations of the law, but in the divine plan for marriage. He says, and I quote, "From the beginning, the Creator made them male and female, and the two shall become one flesh." He emphasizes that marriage is not merely a human contract, but a sacred covenant established by God, and is meant to be a lifelong, unbreakable union. Unfortunately, in our broken and imperfect world, that isn't always the case. Married couples do break up for various reasons. One of the most common misconceptions about divorce, especially within the Catholic Church, is the belief that the church is rigid and unmerciful in its teachings on marriage. People often think the church condemns those who are divorced and sees them as sinners beyond redemption. However, this is far, far, far from the truth. The church upholds the sanctity of marriage because it is a reflection of God's unwavering love for us. At the same time, though, the church also acknowledges the pain and brokenness that can occur in relationships. It offers pastoral care, understanding, and support for those who find themselves in difficult marital situations. It's partly why we have the annulment process, which is often misunderstood, by the way, as Catholic divorce. Please don't say that. It is not. It is actually a recognition that a true sacramental marriage, as intended by God, never existed due to certain impediments. Although Jesus is calling us to something higher, to see marriage as a vocation of self-giving love, where both husband and wife are called to reflect God's faithfulness, it doesn't mean that every marriage is free from suffering, or that separation is never necessary for safety or well-being. Let me digress a little bit. That statement is actually hits close to home. Let me repeat what I just said, that it doesn't mean that separation is never necessary for safety or the well-being of either spouse. All of a sudden, I'm reminded of a cousin who he's not that close to me, but I know this is gonna sound funny, but it's true. He ended up marrying a total psychopath who would she would chase him around the kitchen with a kitchen knife with the clear intent of hurting him. Now, I haven't, actually I haven't spoken or seen my cousin in many years, so I hope he's okay. So this is what I'm talking about. I mean, those kinds of relationships do exist. They're dangerous, and that's not the kind of marriage that this gospel, that Jesus is talking about. That's not even marriage, okay? Later on after Mass, reread this gospel. What it does mean is that the commitment made in marriage is not to be taken lightly or discarded at the first sign of trouble. No, first sign of trouble, going back to my cousin's example, I don't know, being chased with a kitchen knife, you may not want to wait for the second sign, if that's the case. Well, I just want to address to my divorced Catholic brothers and sisters, please know that God's love for you is unwavering and boundless. Though you've walked a very difficult path filled with pain and loss, You are not defined by your past, but by the grace that God pours out on you each day. The church stands with you, offering compassion and understanding. I, Father Larry, I personally stand with you as you journey towards healing and renewal. Remember, your worth in God's eyes is infinite, and his plans for you are filled with hope and a future. Lean on your faith, embrace the sacraments, and trust that God is guiding you towards a life of peace and fulfillment. Every ending is a new beginning. It's okay to start again.
Thank you for joining us today. Our digital ministry provides a valuable service to parishioners and visitors alike. Daily and Sunday Mass, funerals, weddings, and fireside chats, among other things, can be seen locally, throughout the country, and even the world, in real time or at one's convenience. If you would like to support this effort, please go to olphglenview.org. Click on the gold donate button and then the Sunday giving icon to make a contribution on our secure online giving portal. We sincerely appreciate your past and ongoing support. Thank you for helping us continue this ministry. God bless.